Yo, what up, sports fans? Welcome back to Buzz and Sports with your three host and buddy, Doug, aka Lightning Leche, aka Lil Dookie, Mr. Spuddy McGee,
Yo, what's good? Spinny McGee here.
and Mr. Francis.
Hey, what's up, Francis here?
And no, that's it. Like I thought you.
Just keep it short and simple. Let's get right to football.
I like it. I like it. All right, y'all. We are back with the second week recap.
Week 2 recap, baby.
Week 2 wasn't wild like week 1, but there was still a lot of fuckery for sure.
A lot of fuckery still. It's the fuckery hangover.
Bright moments. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's before we get into it, let's wish everybody. Hopefully they had a good fantasy. Hopefully you got your dubs.
I got
Hopefully
my dub.
you take some of our advice in DraftKings and win the meal.
Nope.
If you did,
no meals won over
congrats.
If Derrick Henry or Aaron Jones won you your matchup and you needed every single one of those points, leave a comment. let us know the final score of your matchup.
Also, Cooper Kupp. Can't forget Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
and Cooper Kupp too.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And if you had both of them and took an L, let us know.
Yeah, how?
Pain.
I want to know who you played again.
Pain.
Who the other guy have? Lockett and Murray? Oh.
Pain.
But yeah,
well, let's talk about the most recent game that was on.
Like speaking of Aaron Jones, man, 4 total touchdowns, and that's we were talking about him when we were doing our draft for our fantasy teams and stuff, and we said he is very capable of having these type of games.
Oh yeah,
but also
like his ceiling is high. It's more just where is he consistent at most of the time, But that the way he's able to catch balls, like he had 3 receiving touchdowns as a running back today. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He has a high ceiling, but also a very low floor. It's just how they
very
it's how they want to use him every game.
See, like I've never had Aaron Jones on my team. So what do you guys say his floor is usually?
Man.
2.
It could be like that.
It could be like
he disappears
2, 4,
like that.
Oh
wow.
Yeah, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but yeah, like it's not much higher than 2, like 4. Like
it'll be like less than 10.
Yeah, it's like, yo, why didn't you use Aaron Jones? Or like they used him on 5 carries and they're like, fuck him. Like, really? Like the fuck?
That's literally what happened.
Come on,
like, they'll do 2 run plays in the first quarter, then they're like, fuck it, Adams, hey.
Do you guys know like ballpark how many points he posted of the week 1?
I want to say it was like 3 to 5.
Oh yeah, because they only put up 3 points. That's true.
Yeah, it was because he only carried the ball 5 times.
It's because I'm trying to figure out, like, do you think he'll have a bit better season this season because Jamal Williams isn't there?
I don't know, because like fucking that's always been him, boom or bust. Like he'll have games of booming, then bam, like just nothing happened. Like against Saints, he only scored 3 fantasy points.
Wow.
2 receptions for 13 yards.
I guess we'll have to see moving forward.
5 carries for 9 yards. So like it's like they gave up on him.
I see. Like they'll try him. If he's not there that day, we'll move on.
Yeah, and it's just it's like how
move
are you
on
gonna
quick.
stop?
And then move on quick.
He's had games where he's flirting, or he'll go over 200 yards or flirting with 200 yards rushing, and have like just days, and then the next game, not even 50 yards.
So it's very boomer bust with him.
I
see.
He's a
he
great player
today. That's for sure.
Yeah, he's a great player. Yeah. It's just like Packers. How are you going to use him this time? Oh, we're not going to use him all. Thanks.
Yeah,
but I do think, I don't know, this is more of just a personal feel, but I feel like Aaron Jones might have a bigger season than he usually has, because he is up and down, but I feel like he'll have more of those up games this year than just a down, because I feel like Rodgers is in that, here, you scoring, like I'm not trying to get shot, and like like I don't want to be here no more. Like
I'm just gonna dump it off.
Like, yeah,
I'm not even
take it,
try.
get in there.
But the thing is, Aaron Jones has another capable backup too with AJ Dillon. He's a nice backup, and he went off last year too. So it's not like,
he's the clear like main volume guy.
He's
like,
the main guy, but there's also
there.
someone behind him, in case he ain't working.
Lurking.
Exactly.
Lurking.
So you don't think removing Jamal Williams really helped that situation?
No, because
okay.
That's why Jamal Williams left, because they're like, well, we got AJ Dillon now.
Probably for cheaper too.
It's cheaper because I think this is the second year.
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of bummed that guy didn't win that huge cash prize from Vegas.
For real.
I mean, it looked good for the first half.
Yeah, it was
the Lions were making it a game, dude. I thought, this. I was like, oh, the kneecap thing is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
But they fizzled out in the end, dude.
Yeah.
Like Goff was looking pretty solid, threw some dots in the first half, and then
keep that same energy
came out the locker room and took over.
I think it's because I was thinking the same thing, and I was gonna mention that. I was gonna say, like, Goff doesn't look bad right now as a Lion. It's just they got nothing. Like, it's Swift, Hawkinson. Like, I see some 87, I think it was, or 81 dude who made a couple nice plays, but like,
I mean, they are obviously in rebuild mode. So I expect this next draft they're gonna get a receiver. They're gonna get some O-line. Well, actually, their O-line is not terrible.
It's not as bad as I thought it was.
It's good enough to go get a receiver first round, and then you can go O-line next.
Yeah, it's not atrocious like the Jets line. There's some lines out there that are just unplayable.
Yeah, and they still don't got technically their number one receiver because he's still out right now.
No, I mean that. Yeah, I'm gonna address that in the wire, but like you got a guy named like Cephas who's number one basically. And I don't know what to say about that.
That's the thing. He's still doing his job.
Huh?
He's doing his job.
well, yeah. He that's the thing. Like that's why he's a sleeper. Like no one knows who Cephas is, but he acts as the number one on that team.
Yeah, because that's 2 weeks in a row with touchdown.
Yeah, exactly. So he's posting solid fantasy numbers. But I don't know. I was hoping the Lions would make this more of a game down the stretch, but the Packers just kind of pulled away, and then it just turned into a typical Packers versus Lions game.
Packers versus Lions. Packers versus Lions. A blowout.
It's funny though, because like they showed the stats of Aaron Jones against the Lions last year.
Yeah,
and it was a must start. Like if you had him, like you had to start this fucker.
Oh yeah,
because he was gonna just go off.
Let me ask you guys: is Hawkinson gonna end the season top 5?
Wait, top 5 what?
Tight end.
Tight end.
Yeah,
he's gonna end top 3. My guy.
Oh, you think top 3? Okay.
Bro, Hawkinson is gonna. I'm telling you, he's gonna compete for the most scored points at the tight end position. He's gonna compete for that, so he could potentially be number 1.
I still think
he's getting the targets. He's getting the volume. He's getting the targets. He's making himself known on that team. Like he actually gives a shit.
I still think it's gonna be Kelsey, Gronk, then Hawkinson. Yeah, I think that's how it's.
Oh, you put Gronk top 3?
Oh yeah, no, I told you, Doug. You got one, bro. Gronk is gonna stay consistent through the whole season.
Yeah, because he's back in football shape, like full season football shape.
Yeah,
Brady's boy right there. He basically took OJ Howard's starting job.
Yeah. In just 2 weeks, like Brady confirmed that 1, he hasn't fallen off a cliff, and 2, he still hella trusts Gronk. So he's gonna keep doing that. It's what he's comfortable with.
And then just for clarification, what he means by I stole one was Gronk is on my fantasy team. Got him late.
And to be honest, I was looking at him as a nice backup to Waller. But you got him first, and good shit, because it's paying off.
Yeah,
more than Kittle. This is a game I want to talk about, low key, right here.
You want to bring up Kittle? All right, let's move on to the
Niners Eagles.
Niner Eagles.
Hey, I'm scared that Kittle's on my team right now because the way Niners are looking and the way you're running through this running back list.
Oh man, through the first 2 games, where our running back room that we stacked is in trouble.
Gone.
It's gone. But Kittle, you know, he's probably gonna fall out of the top 4, top 5, just because right now the way the flow of the game is going for the Niners, it's just the volume isn't there for him. He's
Yeah.
being used a lot to block, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's just a lot of play action, you know, when he's
Yeah.
finally used. But can you guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sorry, my mic's tripping out a little bit. But I watched the majority of this game, and the Eagles D line, it's really the only reason this game was a game. Because the D line was making it difficult for us, but the Eagles at the same time couldn't really put points up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got a low scoring game. There were some exciting moments. It's just if you're a Kittle fantasy owner, I know you're feeling
Hurt.
a little uneasy right now. And honestly, I don't really have any words of encouragement for you at the moment. You know, unless Shanahan starts showing that he's going to lean heavy on Kittle moving forward, since people are going down, that might happen. But we'll have to see within these next 3 games or so.
Man, I'm just looking at Eagles receiving, and if it wasn't for that long ass gain, like the receivers didn't really do shit. Because Watkins had a 91-yard catch, and that's all they really did.
They tried it. There was a few times where Jalen Hurts was really trying to connect down the field, and he tried it, but it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Like, there was a play actually where our rookie corner got beat, and it looked like Rager caught it and then scored a touchdown. It was a pretty nice bomb, but then they showed the replay and Rager stepped just out of bounds. Yeah, he stepped just out of bounds, and so it didn't count. And at the end of the day, if it wasn't for that 90-yard bomb, it wasn't really a good day for the Eagles.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask on the Eagles offense, like, is Hurts good and he just has nothing to work with? Or
I still look at that game honestly, and I don't fault Hurts at all. I mean, our D line was getting after him. Bosa was giving him nightmares, but he still looked like he was very capable of making some plays. It's just he needs more from his receivers. And when you see that core with Rager, Devontae, there isn't a big body guy there.
Nah.
I don't know if that's on purpose. But Eagles doesn't really have a big target.
This is where someone like Alshon Jeffrey should be in the mix. But obviously,
they don't have a big body physical receiver.
That's
like
why
a Godwin.
That's why a lot of people were not happy about the Devontae Smith pick, because it's like, yo, he's a good receiver, but where's your big body guy? Where's that guy that can get in traffic and make the difficult catch?
Basically, between Watkins, Rager, and Devontae Smith, they literally got the same type of receivers three times. Three times. Three times. And that's why I'm saying, like, is that on purpose, or you guys just really don't know what you're doing?
That's something the Raiders would have done. Just get
that's some Raider shit.
Hey, just get speedsters.
Raider shit.
Speedsters only.
Yeah, like speedsters only, and that's fine. Like if one of them is a speedster, but also maybe a little size, like why are they all just small frame speedsters? You know, like I just feel like to get big playability, you need size variation. You know, like but I don't know. That's the Eagles. Jalen Hurts. He's not going to be the problem on that offense. I'll tell you
I don't
that.
think he's the problem at all.
He's not going to be the problem on that offense.
It's the line and the receivers, really.
Yeah,
they have good backs.
Yeah, but
they have a tight end. Just they need better protection and some variety at receiver.
Right.
And college.
But pretty much to sum up that game and the Niners. And the Eagles, I guess. I mean, I think both teams, other than Deebo Samuel on the Niners and maybe Jalen Hurts on the Eagles, fantasy purpose wise, like I wouldn't really touch players on these teams. It's kind of rough. It's a little rough.
All right, well, somber note to end off of. Let's move on to the biggest dud of Sunday. At least I thought so, scoring wise. Cowboys versus Chargers.
This is where you guys can take this away because I didn't really watch a game or the highlights.
How much time you got?
I got all
just,
night, man.
Let's just say there was a bunch of yellow flags everywhere.
My God, this game was uglier. Like I can't even think of something so ugly. That's how ugly this game was.
It's bad when commentary when the analysts are saying up another flag, up another flag.
It looked like it was Raiders versus Raiders. That's how many flags there were. I'm sorry, Raider fans.
That's crazy.
Y'all get a lot of flags.
Bro, that shit was funny. I was just about to ask, like, do you know if there was more flags in the Raider game this past weekend or more flags between y'all?
Oh no, we took
we took the whole game. We took the whole game on both sides.
Raider square.
Bro, like, let me to sum up the Chargers offense. Just every time it'd be a good play or every time they get some momentum or a good drive, flag, 10 yards back, flag, repeat third down, flag, 10 yards back.
Jeez, man.
Like literally, bro, their offense, like to me, is their offense, like, don't get me wrong, our defense played better than per usual. I don't want to say good, but better.
I don't want to say good.
Yeah, we let some plays go.
But the Chargers offense were moving just every time, like I said, they'd get momentum or just move the ball. Like Keenan Allen would make like a good 20-yard play, and then it'll be like
holding,
passing interference or holding like way on the other side of the field. Like
guy did an offensive PI. And
I'm not gonna lie,
he didn't need to be around.
Shot themselves in the foot most of this game.
Yeah,
why is that a common theme with the Chargers? Like,
it's a common theme with the Cowboys too.
Yeah,
why is that your brand?
And then Cowboys, oh my god,
they did the same thing
I was
too.
So heated at the end of these guys have I think a timeout in 30 seconds left, and
man inherited Jason Garrett's clock management.
Yeah, they use Jason Garrett. They're still got the Jason Garrett linger effect or something. Like
the Jason Garrett hangover.
Jason Garrett 2.0 because, bro, 30 seconds and they get to the 50-yarder, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, Greg the Leg missed an extra point last week. You want to get it as close as you can.
Yeah, right.
No, we don't take the timeout. Everyone's walking up nonchalant to the line. We just let the clock run out because, hey, we're going to give Greg DeLeg a 50-yard shot for the game. Instead of calling a timeout, trying to get a little closer for this guy who missed a field goal and an extra point.
Man.
Yeah.
And luckily he hit it because I'll tell you today, if I was the owner of that team, McCarthy would be fired.
Hey, what makes matters worse about that situation? McCarthy's excuse of why that even happened.
Well, what was his explanation?
Oh, that man was lying off his ass.
What was his explanation?
That man was lying off his ass. He was just like, oh, well, the scoreboard I was looking at was off. That's never happened to me before. And then when Kalen Moore was looking at it, that was off. We're like, wait, what? It was just like a domino effect of unprecedented events happening all at once. And you're slow down. Slow down.
You don't shut your trash ass up.
Bro, you won the game. Just tell the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they're clowning him. Hey, they're clowning him on ESPN this morning. They were just roasting.
Hey, why does he have the weirdest moments in these press conferences?
He's just awkward.
I'll never get over the fact that we took that hard L last year in Arizona. And this man said, I thought we were fully prepared.
This was our I thought this was our best week of practice. I thought we were fully prepared, bro. You don't say that?
Say that after getting ran.
After your whole team just looked like barbecue chicken.
They look like fish out of water.
The whole fucking game.
You mean you prepared them like you seasoned them?
That's what you meant.
Oh, that's what you meant.
You prepared the buffet. I got you.
Got it.
Freaking McCarthy, just stick to the general answers. You're the type to just stay on script, bro. Read off the paper.
Tony Stark, read to the card. Okay? Yeah. You're not Iron Man. Read the card, buddy.
Man. I've never been a big McCarthy fan. Because even now that he's a Cowboy, he says too much shit. It's like, dude, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, be like Belichick at this point. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, Belichick's too stiff, but at this point, I'm like, you know what? Be like Belichick.
Yeah, fuck it. All of them.
On to the next.
Speaking of Belichick, did you guys see that clip of him not being able to contain himself in his smile?
No.
You didn't see that shit? Oh, I gotta send it to you.
That was clip from last year. That was clip from last year.
Zach Wilson, and he was literally like trying so hard to hold back his laugh and smile, bro. He was like enjoying every second of that game.
That's probably one of the few dubs they're gonna get this year.
I don't know what it is with him and Ricky's, but the Cowboy Charger game. I mean, in a way, I can't watch a football game with a bunch of flags like that. So
yeah,
I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad I missed out. It was
bad on both ends. I mean, obviously, Chargers felt like they got the wrong side of the foot on it, but I just think on both ends it was bad.
Yeah, they were consistent with their flags. Trust.
Yeah, on both sides. On both sides too. You know, there's some calls I didn't even agree with. You know, like that sack that we got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of Bush League, but at the same time, I'm like, Chargers made it feel like that they're about to score with that play. Like, all right, like Charger fans, I was like, all right, calm down. Like, y'all were still not gonna. Y'all still gonna kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at the end of the day, so don't act like it was like.
yeah. There's some moments it's like, it was a shit call, but you know, you're just jockeying for field position at that point.
Yeah, basically.
So I mean, there was moment, like I said, there was moments where, you know, I felt for them, but there's moments where I'm just like, that's shitty. But at the same time, like that call, it wasn't like jeopardize your whole play, you know. It wasn't like it was like a playoff.
How's your guys' division looking now? Like you guys are first, right?
There's a lot of 1-1s.
There's a lot of 1-1s.
Okay.
The only one at the bottom is Giants.
Giants, yeah. As they should be,
as we expected.
Only thing going good for the Giants.
I already told you guys, if Cowboys lose to Redskins or Giants,
Washington,
I'm a
Washington football.
Let's go Bills Mafia.
Washington football team.
Yeah. You're gonna jump ship way early, bro.
You're gonna jump ship on the Bills too.
Because Giants look like they don't want anything.
I kind of want to bring up two games that got decided because their kickers missed an extra point. And it's the Vikings and Cardinals and the Seahawks and Titans.
Goddamn.
And this is what I mean about having that position covered. Again, literally extra points are deciding games.
And you would think,
attention, if they're a soccer player,
had with kickers, they would like put a priority on that.
Yeah.
If you play soccer,
real quick before
you can apply to be a kicker for the Vikings and the Seahawks. Just email them ASAP. If you could kick a football, you'll probably get a job as a kicker. They'll give you a tryout.
Fuck it. For real? No, that's not a joke.
Not a joke.
Did Greg land that right down the middle, or was it looking a little sketchy?
Hey, remember I texted you guys. I'm like, who would have thought we would have won by a left?
We needed it to go left.
Yeah, we needed it to go left, and boy, did it go left. At one point, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's on the right hash, and he almost wide left it. He almost missed it with a wide left.
With a wide left, my guy. But hey, fuck it, you got it. Like, I'm not putting you on the Dookie list this week, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's other kickers that are getting on. We're gonna talk about one right now.
Yeah. Hey, so this Arizona Viking game, man.
This
was the shootout
with Kyler Murray, by the way.
You are. You picked him back to back, and he showed up both times. And that's the thing about Kyler Murray, man. Even in a game where he throws multiple picks, he still makes up for it with big plays.
Yeah, getting too much with his feet and too much with his arm.
And the thing is, they took out his best weapon too early. right when Hopkins got his touchdown, they're like, you know what? We're double teaming this fuck. Let's see what you do. He made work with it.
Yeah. AJ Green got a touchdown.
I've never heard of Moore before until that game.
Is Moore the rookie? Is he the rookie there?
I think so.
I want to say I might have heard some hype before the season started that there was a guy on the Cardinals that was looking nice at camp. And I want to say it was Moore, but he finally got to show something this game, and he did.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's either that or the Viking secondary is just that garbage.
I mean,
because the Viking secondary got burned by the Bengals receivers too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so it's crazy.
So
they
I'm
got
starting
Patrick Peterson, who used to be top corner.
Yeah,
he used to.
I don't know if it's like this for you, Dougie, but Spuddy kind of fades in and out when he's speaking for me. I feel like his sentences sometimes start like in the middle.
Yeah, here and there for me too.
I'm speaking.
I don't know if you got to like scoot yourself closer to the mic, but
I mean, I'm speaking into the mic and my thing is going up. So
all right,
it's probably just Discord. Discord be tripping.
Yeah, but
be tripping.
Yeah, dude, Kyler Murray back to back, multiple touchdowns. I don't know how every year he looks faster than the season before. It just seems like he's outrunning more defenders. Than his rookie year. If you look back at his rookie year, I didn't think he was fast enough to gain anything. Like he was getting caught. Yeah. He was getting caught every time he tried to use his legs. He was getting caught pretty
confidence
quick.
Now, I think he has a lot more confidence with his legs. So I think that's why his running is a lot better. He's not as I don't think he runs on nerves like in his rookie year. Now he runs with confidence.
Yeah, that's a lot to do with it. And but the Vikings, hey, that kicker let y'all down twice.
He's jobless.
Twice. Like you, man, that extra point and in overtime. That wasn't even a far field goal. I forgot how many yards it was.
Hey, he went to practice. He went to practice today and said, "Hey, who's this guy? Oh, you haven't heard? We signed a new guy."
Yeah.
Hey, what position? We
signed a new guy. You don't know
your position.
You didn't know that?
And you didn't. You thought that other guy was gonna be here?
What is he? A punter? No.
After that,
he's a kicker. He's coming for your job, man.
After Kyler Murray took a dump on us and we still had a chance to win? No, he's gone.
He bagging shit at a grocery store right now as we speak.
That's rough.
he's filling out apps as we speak, bro.
Yeah.
That's rough.
He putting a bag of chips in a plastic bag as
but let's not disrespect Dalvin Cook. He had a game. Yeah.
Hey, how many fantasy points did Dalvin Cook post this past week?
16.
I think he went over 131 yards, but no touchdown. No touchdown though.
No touchdown.
But he had 131 yards,
missing, bro.
If he got that tub, he would have been nice in the 20s and stuff.
Like you telling me they scored 30 and he didn't have one touch?
Yeah, that's.
But I mean, 16 points is still pretty solid for your running back position. Yeah. I know it's Dalvin Cook and you want more, but still better than still 15.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I think Viking games moving forward, I think they have very high chances of being shootouts. Like, just because they have a lot of offensive power, but their defense is very, very shaky.
Yeah, it really is. It's not how it used to be. Yeah, ever since Xavier Rhodes got off that team, and people it just hasn't been the same. The D line left. Their secondary is not the same how it used to be.
Yeah, they're being burnt.
They're getting burnt. So I'm probably gonna start picking on them on some matchups for fantasy. I'm looking at them. Falcons. It's confirmed. Falcons
confirmed. It's confirmed. Hold up. Let's talk about these boys one time.
I thought we were gonna talk about bad kickers. Seattle's kicker, real quick.
Yeah. Let me say before what I gotta say about them.
Because Falcons and Bucks, we could have a field day right on that game.
Yeah, we can have a field day right there.
Seahawks kicker is another one, man. That extra point cost them.
It did.
Kickers get on your shit. What do you do all day at practice, huh?
Bro, like you're not you don't have to study the playbook. You don't have a route to run.
Nope.
You do one task. You have one task on this team.
We hired you for one.
Sometimes two.
One thing only.
If you do the kickoffs, you got a second one, but for the most part, it all resides in one thing, and that's to kick the ball. And
it's one thing if it's like 40-something yards, 50-something yards for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. It's far. It's a very tense situation.
Especially if you're not at home. Like,
yeah.
But this is after a touchdown.
A professional football kicker that is making millions of dollars. Just make the extra point, man.
You're missing the extra point?
Just make the extra point. Like, don't piss your team off. Don't put them in a position that, like the Seahawks kicker did, and they made them go overtime because he missed that point. And Derrick Henry went off, and look what happened. Look what happened.
It's funny because everyone thought moving the extra point to wherever it's at now was not going to make a difference. But ever since that happened, boy, did it make a fucking difference.
It psychologically fucked a lot of kickers. Apparently.
Access Steelers, Vikings, if it made a difference.
Yeah. Ask Joseph from the Vikings if that shit made a difference.
Is that his name?
Yeah. Go look Joseph up. Ask him one time.
Hey, Joseph, give us a car.
This man said car.
Give us a call if you need a job, because I know you ain't got one.
If you want to be a special guest, I know your schedule just freed up.
Yeah, free. Come on here.
But aside, go ahead.
I was gonna say you come kick it.
Fuck you for that pun.
Wait, you can't.
Oh, this man really said that.
Right.
You come kick it.
We're gonna have a kicker segment called "Come Kick It." It's gonna be all the kick.
Can you?
Yeah, and it's gonna be all the kickers that got kicked out of the league because they couldn't kick a football.
But they can kick out on the cow.
Yeah, I hope you're not wearing sandals because you need to kick rocks, bro.
But another note on that game, other than the kicker, is Derrick Henry.
Henry.
He absolutely won me my fantasy matchup. At the end of it, I won by 2, but he posted 47 fantasy points, 3 total touchdowns, I think almost 200 yards.
Titans did
a monster game. He hit his ceiling, and honestly, before the season's done, he's gonna have another 40-point game.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Titans did the unthinkable. Oh, we're down. Let's fucking run it. Run it.
Yeah.
We'll catch up eventually.
And that's the weird thing about Derrick Henry. It's almost like when the fourth quarter hits, the defense is already over it. They don't want to tackle this man. Like they're tired. They see a huge boulder running at them, and they're just like, "Man, I don't want to take this guy down in the fourth quarter. I'm fucking dead."
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I can.
Hey, wear and tear is a real thing in a full football game. And if Derrick Henry is still running on his 30th carry against the defense in the fourth quarter, he's gonna have his way, and he's just gonna keep on running.
That's the thing. Like, what impresses me about Derrick Henry was that he was able to improve his conditioning, so he can be an X factor in the fourth quarter. Because if his legs are still pumping the way they are, like in the second quarter, first quarter, that defense is in trouble. Like, they are exhausted, and they do not want to tackle Derrick Henry.
That's why I pray.
That's why he turns up a lot in the fourth quarter.
That's why I pray for Derrick Henry to not get an injury.
Yeah,
because his volume of carries is ridiculous, but it works. It works for him. He's basically 6'2", 2 something. Like 220, 230, just running over fools. Like,
just monster.
He's basically squaring up with linebackers like nothing.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, why would you want, as a linebacker, why would you want to go against another linebacker?
Yeah.
30 times.
Full head on.
You know?
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
If I was ever on a defense that had to go against Derrick Henry, like I'm gonna look at everybody and say, "Hey, if you see me put an arm on him, y'all better be coming ASAP.
Y'all better be coming."
You literally have to gang tackle this guy to slow him down.
You better sprint your ass to me and help me. I don't want to end up on YouTube.
Yeah. Come on now.
Because, by the fourth quarter, you are doing those arm tackles, shoulder tackles, where you're not even wrapping them up no more. So that's how he makes these easy broken tackle plays.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, I feel like once you break that second tackle, it's nothing but open field from there. It's just...
Because, when you beat that second line of defense, the second level, easy. Easy.
Yeah.
20, 30-yard games.
But yeah, 2 exciting games right there. The Vikings, Cardinals, Titans, Seahawks.
Those are the games of the weekend for sure.
Yeah, games of the weekend. Both involved missing an extra point, which later bit that team in the ass. Moving on to the Bucks and Falcons. Falcons, it is confirmed you are officially
Garbo.
Flaming trash.
We thought it was going to be the Texans, Eagles, Giants, and Jags and Jets. And you said, let me insert myself right in here.
Let me just slide into that list real quick. Man.
Wow.
In the past, the excuse you can make for the Falcons' lack of defense was, hey, at least they have a nice offense, right? At least they have an exciting offense to watch. Now you're telling me it's garbage on both sides of the ball. So what am I watching, Falcons? What am I actually buying a ticket to when I go to your stadium?
Trying
and I sit down.
Why are they both garbage? Why? What did you do this offseason besides give away?
Yeah. Besides give. Did we sign, or did you just let it? Just gave it away?
Say, hey, we're done.
I'm surprised they didn't re-sign Todd Gurley again. I'm surprised.
You think they should?
He did pretty good with the lone season he had with the Falcons. I thought it was pretty good. It fit his style of play.
He was solid. I think it's deeper than that though. I really think his knees.
I do think that as well. But at the same time, I just thought at least have him on the roster. Fuck, it's kind of atrocious now.
I mean,
being a Falcon.
As far as I know, I haven't heard a peep from Todd Gurley. Like usually when a player feels like they still deserve to be in the league or can play, like they'll start saying some shit on social media. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they do.
But I think Gurley even knows that, hey, like I think I ran my course with my knees. I don't know what type of treatment or how he was going about his condition for the majority of his career. For all I know, he could have been just doing like temporary painkiller stuff up until the moment where it finally caught up to him and he literally can't play anymore. Until I see him actually vocally fighting for a roster spot, I'm accepting that he even knows he can't play football right now.
Well, I just looked him up right now. And he gained rumors for Niners.
He's getting what? Rumors for the Niners?
Yeah. I just Googled him up, and
is that what you said? I mean, at this point, any running back name is going to be a rumor for the Niners. Yeah. I mean, if he can pass the physical, like I said, I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm purely speculating. It's just, to me, Todd Gurley had one of the biggest cliffs I've ever seen.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
That to me says, nah, there's something abnormal that happened. Like something very serious is going on. We don't know. Yeah, because that you don't just go from that point in your career to where he's at now, not even signed on a team, without something very serious going on.
I mean, it could just be like, people are just afraid to go near him because of his knee situation. That could be the reason why he's not getting signed, because that injury loomed over him where people just aren't interested.
I mean, I'll agree with you. I'm gonna do a little more research to see what he's been posting on social media. But if that was the case, and if I was him and I was hearing the rumors of, oh, my knee, I'd be posting videos showing cuts, sprints, like what problems? Like I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? But I don't know if he's been doing that.
He might be just a quiet dude. His personality might just be a quiet dude. You know?
Was he quiet? I thought he was a flashy dude with the Rams when he was feeling himself. No?
Well, no. Well, I mean, just like on social media and things like that. Like when he's playing, that's something totally different. But like in your personal life, you know, he might be just quiet to himself. You know,
probably.
Yeah.
I mean, if he ends up getting signed by the Niners and then the Niners actually play him, then shit, everything I said, just throw it out the window.
Yeah, it makes sense because, like, you know.
But if he goes through this full season and can't land on a roster, especially with all these injuries happening, something's going on, man.
Yeah,
that's Todd Gurley.
Yeah, I think Todd Gurley fits in the Atlanta's offense still very well, and actually Niners offense pretty well. You know, yeah. In a weird way, he's still somewhat of a product of a Shanahan offense. Because since McVay used to work with Shanahan, right, in Washington.
Yeah.
So
they come from the same coaching tree.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. So I think, you know, it's not a bad pickup.
I don't know. Like the Falcons, it just seems like Ridley is struggling to find that number one role. Like maybe he's just a really, really good number two. But the moment you put your best corner on him,
he's not as explosive.
He's not as explosive. He's not as effective. Like Julio Jones was able to handle everyone's number ones.
Yeah.
And then Calvin Ridley was just eating up everybody's number twos.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, but now that changes a little bit and it doesn't hit the same. So until Falcons says otherwise, I'm going to put you at the bottom three. When it comes to like fantasy matchups, I'm picking on you. I'm picking on the Vikings, and who else is confirmed this week?
Jaguars.
Who you got confirmed?
Jaguars.
Who? The Jaguars.
Yeah.
yeah. Confirmed.
Before we move on from this game, let me ask you guys: Kyle Pitts, fantasy starter this year?
He's gonna be off and on, bro. I think he's off and on, and that's just because of the offense he plays in. I don't think they even have that great of a protection either. So, it's going to be a struggle. I think mid-season you might start seeing them get picked up, but early on it's going to be rough for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Because it's usually later in the season terrible teams start getting their wins. Because of just the long season going on and shit like that.
And maybe it just takes more time for certain teams to fine-tune themselves.
Exactly.
Like other teams can identify the problem and fix it right away. Other teams, they just need more film on themselves.
And not only that later on it becomes a competition again. Yeah, like we know we're 0-6, but that means everyone's got to fight for their spots mid-season.
Yeah.
So, you know, that becomes a thing. So, who knows when Kyle Pitts will have his relevance in fantasy. I mean, he had lower numbers, but he is a rookie for one thing. Second thing, he's not playing on a great team. So, you know, I think that falls in line because of that more than his actual skills and things like that.
That's the thing. Ridley's and Pitts, both their ceilings have been affected just because it just looks like the Atlanta doesn't have it all together right now.
Yeah.
And that's why both their ceilings are affected. But if they're able to fine-tune themselves and later down the stretch, they can put on a better performance. But as of now, y'all are ass.
Y'all are ass.
Y'all are ass.
You garbage, kid.
Hey, are we shocked that the Colts made it a game against the Rams?
I'm not, just because I've always respected that defense.
Yeah.
So and they did get I think they did get a defensive touchdown this week.
I think so too.
So if you take away that defensive touchdown, it's a 27-17 game.
Yeah. 10-point win. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know that to me was always meant to be a pretty close, good game. I was hoping the Colts pulled out in the end.
The only reason why I thought it was going to be more of a, I guess, decisive win because the Colts offense. I wasn't sure about the Colts offense against the Rams defense.
Yeah.
You know, and then we find out that Carson Wentz has 2 sprained ankles in the game.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Dougie.
Let me get started with these guys. I watched majority of it this game, almost the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
This off, I like the way my picture of it is. I don't see how the Rams won this game. If we're being honest, because the
It
Colts.
was, yeah.
It's like I was telling you when we were on the Discord when we were watching the game, bro. The offense every time they get the ball, cleanest drives. Carson Wentz is out there looking like Mahomes until they get
Yeah.
to the 30, and then he's looking like Jamarcus Russell.
God damn.
Like,
Hey, he was throwing to
man.
Pittman Jr., right?
huh?
Like he was having some good balls thrown to Pittman Jr., right? In this
Yeah,
game.
I'm telling you, every time what would happen was every time the Colts would get the ball and they'll do a nice drive. Like Wentz is hitting Pittman, he's making nice throws. Taylor's having good runs, and then they get to about that 30, and then the offense just, or maybe Ramsey just put it on them. But it's just every time they would get to the 30, they just couldn't. They literally just
got
couldn't.
clamped down.
Right.
Damn.
I mean, did you credit more the Rams defense buckling up, or like was it more the Colts just flopping?
A little bit of both, because there'd be plays where Rams defense buckle up, but there'd be plays where it's like they get a play to be down at the 10, but holding, so it got called back, and now they're back at the 40. You know,
so they dig
I mean,
themselves
in a
hole.
way, like the Rams defense did kind of do their job because, like I said, you take away that defensive touchdown, the Colts offense only scored 17 points.
Yeah.
Which is, you keep a team under 20 in the NFL, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess for the majority of the game, like the Colts probably looked a little better than the Rams. It just the Rams came out in the end. They just came out on top, which is kind of annoying as a Niner fan. But fuck
yeah,
it.
no, I think the Colts lost this one more than they won it. I mean, don't get me wrong, they lost the quarterback. Wentz got
double.
You and Mostert need to start drinking milk, dog. Both of y'all can't make one full season if your life depended on it. Like every time you get hurt, Nick Foles like,
I'm there, buddy.
I was gonna say something. We are rated mature, right?
Yeah.
Every time Carson Wentz goes down, fucking Nick Foles get a little stiffy, like his name might be called. Like.
Shit, Nick Foles is on the Bears and he got a stiffy when he heard that Carson Wentz got double strength. He's like, "Am I getting traded, boss?"
Oh my god!
But yeah, like Colts. Sorry, because the backup that came in,
he flamed out.
Flamed out. I don't even think the flame started.
Man, and Wentz like just looked very frustrated on the sideline.
Yeah,
he knows he's having an injury history problem.
Yeah. Yep. So on the other side of things, Cooper Kupp.
Yes, sir. Another.
You have Cooper Kupp. Congrats to you, brother.
37 fantasy points. Let's go.
Yeah, 37. I had Derrick Henry and Kupp on my lineup. As amazing as that was, I still only won by 2 points. That just goes to show how crazy my matchup was. But
very crazy matchup.
But hey, you and Dougie, so far, what it looks like, you guys nailed it with Kupp. Stafford is going to keep throwing to that guy. He's going to keep producing. That is clearly his favorite receiver. And he's definitely taken more attention than Robert Woods. Yeah. Robert Woods, yeah. So in hindsight, yeah, I'm glad I picked Kupp over Woods.
Yeah, it's just Kupp's route running's ridiculous. It's so nice. It's nice.
It's smooth.
It's smooth. In and out. Catch the ball.
Yeah. These other games I'm looking at on the slate, they're the more least. I think we got all the exciting games out the way.
Another one I want to mention is the Texans-Browns, and I feel bad for Tyrod Taylor.
Oh yeah.
I hope this man comes back and like it wasn't that bad of an injury, because this man was ready to have a shootout with the Browns. This man saying, "I am ready to make a stand and try to win this game."
I called it too. I said like this man was about to go off.
Almost
He
did,
came
man.
loaded. He came
Almost did.
prepared. He came prepared, and honestly, the past two, like the first week, who they play, the Jaguars. So
Yeah.
you weren't really that impressed, but hey, they played a playoff team this time around, and he was ready to go toe to toe with them. You know,
And
like
if he stayed in, who knows? They might have won that game.
I
who
think they
knows,
might have
bro?
won,
And we'd be talking about Deshaun Watson wearing a Tyrod Taylor jersey today.
For real.
Because he went up against a much more talented team than his. And he was going toe to toe up until he got injured, and it sucks. It's unfortunate. His career is unfortunate because he has a lot of potential. It's just odd things happen.
If you see the layout Tyrod Taylor's career, he went from backup at Baltimore to start his career, then going to being a starter in Buffalo, but they weren't certain on him being the starter.
Yeah.
And they were so iffy
they
with
didn't
him.
fully commit to him.
Yeah, they never wanted to commit to him, but he was winning games for them, took him to the playoffs, and still said, nah.
Yeah.
I remember when they benched him, and that's when the fucking legend was born.
Yep.
Josh Allen?
No, not Josh Allen. Say the legend, Francis. Say the fucking legend.
I was gonna say Justin Herbert, but we're not talking about.
No, Mr. 5 interception in 1 half. 5 interceptions in 1 half. Was it 5 interceptions?
Oh, and MVP Nate Peterman.
Yeah, Nate fucking Peterman.
MVP. I got you now. Yeah, Nate Peterman made his debut. Made his Jesus Christ. That pile of that pile of shit is still on the field, bro. He just
and I remember they kept on showing the camera to Tyrod Taylor like during that game, and he was just like, well, like this is what you guys get. And sure enough, the next game they start him, and
on the other side of the ball, hey, Browns offense back to back putting up points.
Hey,
points.
I mean, you look at the names on there, bro, and it's like, yeah, you should be.
Without Odell. Odell's not even back yet.
Yeah, but just that duo they got behind
Chubb
them
and
with
Hunt.
Nick Chubb and Hunt, like it's so lethal. It's so
lethal. Throw.
And the thing is, it makes up for Baker's flaws. Like
it does.
For Chubb and Hunt being in the mix, it lessens the pressure on Mayfield. And, Browns are like, we don't need to look for a quarterback. Not that we could get someone better. It's just everything's right now. Everything's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of saving Baker's job, in my opinion.
No, I think so, too. Like, if he had to go out there and be the hero, I don't think.
I mean, I still kind of want to wait before I finalize my opinion on that with Baker. Like, I want to see him in a situation in the playoffs where it's going to be on him to win a game and see if he has it in him. But I agree. Right now, it looks like he does just fit into the system, and he doesn't have to do too much right now, and it's working out for him.
And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with it. But you're just not going to be in that elite level like quarterbacks. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And sometimes teams are built different like that. We've seen it in the past with freaking Trent Dilfer being a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and he was an elite guy.
Just like anything, just like any game, there's a meta, and right now the meta is a mobile quarterback and all this other stuff. But there are, you could build your team however you want. And honestly, like, there are teams that are just so balanced that not one guy has to do everything. And honestly, those teams are pretty dangerous. They can be very dangerous. So
it's funny because Baker's mobile enough to fit that mold. Like, he's not a mobile quarterback, but he's mobile enough to like, all right, we don't really have to worry about someone that's stiff.
He can get that first down. He can get that touchdown if you're at the goal line.
Or just he could move the pocket around. Like he could do a bootleg. He could do a bootleg.
And he can play the the vocal QB role. You know what I mean? Like he has that persona to put himself out there and be like, all right, fine, I'll be the leading quarterback. But at the same time, until we see him do some great quarterback things, where he's gonna use his arm to win the game and not rely on Nick Chubb or whatever, then we can't consider him like
exactly
like one of those guys. So
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
It's always the question's going to be is when he asks for extension or money, what are they going to offer him, and what if he's going to take it or not?
Like what's his number?
Yeah, what's his number, and
like?
what are the Browns going to offer him? That's the bigger question, and that's where he's going to get judged the most, because people are going to have a field day of like, I don't think he deserves that much, or yada yada yada. So it should be interesting.
It'll definitely be interesting when his contract comes up. That's true. We're gonna have to peep that.
Not gonna lie.
Alrighty, fellas, let's run this 2-minute drill. Run through these last couple games. Giants, Washington, they're both ass. Not more to be said.
hey, won by a stupid mistake.
Hey,
that game was won by a stupid mistake.
And it was a very interesting ending. But what do you expect from these two teams? I'm still always gonna pick Washington this year. It's between those two.
Yeah.
Bengals, Chicago 2017 win. Justin Fields the guy now.
Very, very ugly game for Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
But he was honestly under pressure the whole game. I forgot how many times he got sacked, but it was a dumb number.
The line showed heavily.
The line showed.
Yeah, the line you need to get, but you said nah.
Yep. And it's gonna continue to show as long as they play formidable, like actual competent defenses. You know what I mean? So good luck to the Bangs.
Yep.
And for the Bears, Justin Fields in the seat now. I think they're gonna be winning games.
You think so? Is it official?
I don't know what the injury is for Dalton.
I see.
And I think he's gonna play good enough to where Dalton's your benched guy.
Yeah. It might. Yeah.
And then next we have Teddy Two Glove with a 23-13 win over Jacksonville. No surprises there. We all picked Denver to win.
I'm becoming a bigger and bigger fan of Teddy Two Gloves every week, man.
Nice.
Hey, consistency.
I love what I'm seeing.
The thing about the Broncos, they played probably two of the bottom teams in the NFL the last 2 weeks, but that builds confidence when they start playing a little bit harder teams. And I think they're fine.
And they're not, and that's the thing is they're playing lower seed teams and they're not struggling. They're
playing consistent.
They're basically doing what they're supposed to do against these
teams.
So if you're going to be considered a good team, you're showing what you're supposed to do against bad teams.
You don't have to win in a blowout, but you can't fucking make it too fucking close.
Yeah.
The reason why control of the game. And the reason why it was 23-13 was a kickoff. They could have been easily kickoff return that happened.
Oh,
it could have been a lower scoring game for the Jags, but kickoff
Broncos
late.
top of the division right now, 2-0.
Good shit, Broncos.
We have New England putting a stomping on the Jets, 25-6. We all saw that.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Hey, I'm sorry about that, Zach Wilson, but don't feel bad. Bill Belichick does it to all rookies. He just gave you his welcoming to the NFL.
And he was smirking a little over there. Don't feel bad. They're not going to win a lot of games. Let them enjoy it.
Let them enjoy it. Just move on to the next game, man.
And then we have the Las Vegas Raiders getting their, I thought, impressive win over the Pittsburgh, 26-17.
And now the Raiders have beat the Ravens and the Steelers, two teams expected to be in the playoffs. I do still think this is a wild card team because even after posting those two W's, they are going to lose some games they're not supposed to lose.
You're slowly dragging me over there, but it's like the Raiders are like for me, they're like that girlfriend that nah, I gotta leave her, bro. She gonna do me like that again. Yeah. And then she do something to look good, and you're like, well, maybe she might slip it. She might slip into the playoffs, and then they lose to the Jags 27-3, and you're give me a year.
That's what I'm saying, man. Not because they have two W's that they were technically not supposed to have. It's gonna balance it out with some L's that they weren't supposed to take.
Yeah.
But see, Raiders are one of those teams I feel that play to their opponents. If it's a shitty opponent, they're playing shitty. If it's a great opponent, they're gonna play good.
I do got playing good though. He playing really consistent.
One last thing about the Raiders though. be careful with this dark horse team. Remember that they were the only team to beat the Chiefs last season. They almost swept them in the division if it wasn't for Mahomes' magic in the second game. So if they see each other in the AFC Championship, if the Raiders pull it off in the playoffs and see the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, yikes! It's gonna be a
yikes.
It's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be a nail biter, guaranteed nail biter to the end, and I'm actually hoping for that. To be honest, I'm hoping for that.
Oh yeah. Alrighty, in our final, did we mention Saints?
We didn't.
Or was that off or on?
We're mentioning it on now.
Yeah, no, we didn't mention Kamara's 5 yards. Yeah.
Okay, then let's wrap this up with the final game of today. Cardinals coming out and surprising the fuck out of all of us.
I mean, the Panthers
26-7. Wow.
Yeah. Kamara disappeared. I mean, this is why I expressed that I don't like division games, just because it's weird stuff like that. But I am still shocked that Kamara was leaned on so heavily, and he posted the stat line that he posted for fantasy.
Yeah,
that's wild. That's wild.
Do we take Carolina serious now, or
it's week 2?
We gotta see more. We gotta see more.
It's week 2.
One more.
I say until week 4. Week 4.
Yeah.
Because
if they're 4-0 in week 4, shit.
I've seen teams fizzle out like after the 7th week, 8th week.
Yeah.
I mean, every season in the NFL, there's a team that starts 5-0, 6-0, and then doesn't make the playoffs, right?
Yeah, they're the
and it's usually the Vikings. But
yeah, I was gonna mention the Vikings because that shit is always implanted in my head. Like back in the 2000s with Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss, they were like 7-0 and somehow didn't make the fucking playoffs.
It's for some reason what I just described. It's usually the Vikings, but this year it doesn't look like they're starting off that way. So it's gonna be somebody else. We'll just have to see.
Poor Vikings. I'm sorry if you're a Minnesota fan out there. Like it's rough for you.
Skull.
You have to go home and lay in bed knowing Kirk fucking Cousins is your quarterback.
Gosh, yeah.
Like at this, it's Kirk Cousins' name is like synonymously in my head as Kurt bitch ass Cousins. I don't know him no other way. I literally don't. Like even when they say it on TV, I still hear it. Like Kurt bitch ass Cousins, go back to the past.
Can't say his name without it. Oh man,
it just doesn't sound right.
I'm sorry, Vikings. I'm sorry. I'll stop picking on you.
All right, folks, that's gonna wrap it up here for the 2-minute drill. Before we wrap up the episode, does anyone want to talk about their DraftKings lineup or their fantasy lineup?
I mean, DraftKings wasn't that exciting this week for me.
Yeah.
I think I got $6.
How did your guys' picks go this weekend?
The morning slate was bad as for fantasy purposes. There wasn't that many high ceilings, but
I mean your picks more as like the ones you picked on the podcast.
Marvin Jones, as a 4,700 low ownership guy, he was 4,700 and I think 3% owned last week. So he posted around 17, 18 points, I think, in the end. So you got value there. But other than that, I wouldn't really brag about any of my other picks. They were very average, very just meh.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp is one that hit with me.
Nice.
D-Hop was primed to looking like he's gonna have a great game, but then they started doubling him, so he got taken out after the half of the first quarter. From there on out,
he still got his though. He
got his, but after the 5 minutes left of the first quarter, he didn't do shit.
Yeah,
they started doubling his ass.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything was pretty else like mediocre type of shit. Melvin Gordon didn't put up the crazy stat lines that I thought he was gonna put up in this game.
He was a little more quiet.
Yeah, he was quiet. Same thing with Montgomery. He was quiet too. Jared Cook was pretty quiet too. So It was
Yeah,
meh.
it's like a lot of those morning game slates. Like it
Yeah,
just
they were.
it didn't turn out the way we expected it to.
Yeah,
You
the
Yeah.
know,
morning games were very
shaky.
shaky, shaky.
There it is.
But to wrap
As
this up,
for
what's up, Dougie?
I was gonna say for the QB picks, Murray did his thing. Winston, I'm sorry, y'all. We all thought
we, we all got tricked.
we all got
Right.
tricked. Okay.
I mean, we weren't. No one was
If
expecting that bad.
if Tyrod Taylor didn't get hurt, that was my perfect value pick. Yeah, like I forgot
That was
who was the
unfortunate.
fourth one. My second value pick though. It was someone.
Well, we'll have to go check the tapes.
I want to say
Yeah.
Teddy Bridgewater.
It was
Maybe.
Teddy. It was Teddy Two Glove was my other
Yeah,
one.
Yeah, he
that's
had
pretty.
solid.
That was a good one.
Solid.
That was a good one.
Gee, I
But,
went three. I went three for Foden. You know.
but yeah,
But
keep your eyes open for the weekly waiver wire report. That should be coming out Tuesday evening at some time.
yes. So this will drop tomorrow morning ish, and then the Dookie list is gonna drop tomorrow 2 morning ish. The Dookie list is lagging, but it'll be there.
Like Tuesday morning.
It's
You
gonna be a
talking?
double drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Wednesday morning. Wait.
So this is what the slate is. So tomorrow, basically Tuesday, we got this recap dropping, and the Doogie list dropping. Then Tuesday evening, we got Francis waiver wire and injury report.
Evening.
Then Wednesday morning is gonna be Spuddy's quick picks.
There you go.
And
Thank
then,
you, Spuddy, for making that super clear for
And then
everyone.
Friday, that's when our DraftKings predictions, matchups, etc. That's when that will drop.
Yes, sir. Heading into week 3.
So
already.
Dookie list,
baby.
Yeah, the Dookie list little lag this week. That was just there's so much Dookie going around there, you know.
A lot of Dookie to talk about.
You know, he had
Dookie, man.
a lot of shit to hey, a lot of shit to clean up. But we'll get our schedule correct.
Yeah. Keep your eyes out for those things. And this is Francis. I'm out.
Like, favorite, subscribe, tell your friends. We're on a lot of platforms, the main platforms. If you like football, if you know people that like football, fantasy football, tell them to tune in. Why not? That's your boy Spuddy McGee here. I'm out.
Yo, what's good? You already know who it is. It's the boy, Little Dukester. You know, we be on here, Buzzing Sports. You guys know where to check us out. Any podcast service you listen to, guarantee we're on there. Just search us up. If you're on any social media, we are on all social medias. You already know the name, Buzzing Sports. And I'll say it one more time just so you already know, Buzzing Sports, baby. This is your boy, like me, Leche, Doug, aka Lil Duke. And we're out here till the next episode. Peace.
Peace.